I thank God for them because oh man, as soon as Sydney came home from the hospital, her brothers, because they couldn't come visit because they were underage. And so for 2 months they couldn't see her. So I would have to make sacrifices and come home like for 2 days and spend times with my sons. My ex-husband at the time, he would bring them to the hospital and we would sit outside, and eat and stuff like that. But from the moment that I brought Sydney home, those boys stepped in right away. Like they wanted to know how to suction her. They wanted to know how to do her feeds. They wanted to know how to do everything. And so they've been my biggest supporters. And like even with my family lives in South Carolina. I'm here in Georgia. And so, but when they come to visit, no one knows how to do anything for Sydney. The only people that know are the nurses and her brothers. And so now both of her brothers are they reside in Houston, Texas. And so my oldest left 3 years ago. And then my baby boy, he just left April of last year. So it's like a whole nother, I had to transition again because now it's just me. And it's like they're so great though. It's like they FaceTime Sydney all the time. They'll call me like, hey mom, you need a break. They'll call me and tell me when I need a break. Like you need to get the nurses to see if they can work 24 hours so you can go out and do this. You need a break, you need a vacation. And my baby boy and my oldest boy, they're planning to come home for my birthday, which is January 31st. They're planning to fly home for a week so I can get a break. Yeah, they're so awesome. Oh my God, I thank God for them. My old, and not to brag, I'm just, I just love my boys. But my oldest, Malik is 21. We call him Mally. Mally's 21, and Mally was dating a young lady. And this young lady wanted to get married and buy a house and, all this stuff. And he's like, okay, that's all great. He said, but I need you to understand something. He said, if we get married and we purchase a home, that home has to be wheelchair accessible. It has to be able to accommodate my little sister. He said, because if any woman that I'm with, if something happens to my mom, I know that I'm going to, get custody of my sister. He was like, because my sister is not going in anybody's system. So for a young man, 21 years old, making those type of plans, and I didn't even know that this is how he was thinking. But to know that that's how my sons were thinking, that really made me feel great, made me feel great, because that's something that we worry about as parents, having children with special needs as well. Like, what if something happens to us? Who's gonna take care of my child? So to know that he's thinking that way, it was just like,